They said it was for our safety. But what if safety was the price of freedom? It started with whispers. Strange laws slipped through under the guise of safety, technology woven into every aspect of life. Cameras on every corner, digital IDs, and a world where every step was tracked. People accepted it, they even welcomed it. After all, who could argue against safety and stability? But it didn't take long for things to twist. Jobs vanished overnight, bank accounts froze, and neighbors disappeared. Streets were patrolled by faceless enforcers in black, their eyes hidden behind reflective visors. The city became a machine, grinding away at the edges of individuality until nothing remained but gray conformity. Anna felt it first, a gnawing dread every time she left her apartment, the sensation of invisible eyes watching her. Her phone buzzed daily with reminders. Stay safe, obey the rules. The messages came from nowhere and everywhere, looping through screens in her building, on billboards, even whispering through the white noise of her TV. She tried to speak out once. At a gathering of friends, she voiced her fears, her suspicions. The room fell silent. Blank faces turned to her, and within moments, they were reporting her through the sleek devices implanted into their wrists. Anna ran, but it was too late. They came at night, heavy boots against the floor, shadows swallowing the walls as they marched into her home. She hid under the bed, her breath shallow, her heart hammering. She watched their feet move methodically through each room. When a pair of boots stopped inches from her face, she squeezed her eyes shut. A rough hand yanked her out. Her screams were muffled by a mask shoved over her face. The world blurred. The air turned sweet and heavy, and darkness swallowed her whole. She woke in a white room. No windows, no doors. Just the hum of machinery and the rhythmic drip of something behind the walls. The light above never dimmed, burning her eyes, forcing her into a daze. Meals slid through a slit in the wall, tasteless, colorless. Days bled together, weeks, months. One day the wall opened, blinding light poured in, and a figure stood silhouetted in the doorway. "It's time to comply," a cold voice said. They led her outside. But it wasn't the city she remembered. The streets were empty, buildings stood hollow, and the sky hung low and gray. Giant screens flashed messages. Safety is freedom, freedom is compliance. She was placed among others. They stood still, staring ahead, mouths slightly open. Wires snaked from helmets on their heads, linking them to terminals along the street. The screens pulsed, and the crowd echoed the words in unison. Anna resisted, but hands forced the helmet onto her head. Cold metal pressed against her skull, and a sharp hiss filled her ears. The world faded. She felt herself slipping, her thoughts unraveling like threads pulled from a frayed rope. Her voice joined the chorus, repeating the words, the truth they fed her. Safety is freedom. Freedom is compliance. And as Anna's last shred of self dissolved into the machine, the city marched on, silent, obedient, and lost. But somewhere deep within the network, a spark remained, a faint hum of rebellion. Anna's consciousness, or what was left of it, drifted through the digital maze, touching the minds of others trapped in the same system. A whisper among the data streams, a glitch in the code. The machine couldn't contain the human spirit. One by one, others started to falter in their compliance. The hum grew louder, screens flickered with corrupted messages, distorted faces breaking through the monotony. Wake up, remember, resist. The city, once a perfect clockwork of obedience, began to shudder. The faceless enforcers hesitated. Anna, a ghost in the machine, guided them. And as the first human voice broke through the silence, the chains of safety shattered, giving birth to the fragile, chaotic beauty of freedom once more.
Like, share with friends, and subscribe to Free Terror TV.